Welcome back, film friends, to Cinefinity and beyond, where I talk to you everything movies, pop culture, and entertainment news. Not so much news to report on just yet, but it is Tuesday, and that means there's a movie trivia schmoedown to watch, react, and participate in. And you know what? It's so exciting because it is the Ultimate Schmoedown Team Tournament kickoff, and we'll be watching Team Trek take on Team Cinemablend. Now, both of these teams are great. Team Trek, very experienced. They've actually had title shots, whereas Cinemablend, I'm not sure if they've had more than one matchup, but they did have a pretty good showing when they did. The interesting thing about the team tournament, though, is winner moves on and loser goes home. Who do I think is going home today? I think that Cinemablend, unfortunately, are going to be the ones going home, and Team Trek is moving on. I am solely basing that on the experience factor. I think Scott Mance and Jason Inman just have that level of experience in the Schmoedown. They've been under all the hot lights. They've answered the hot seat questions. I think they have what it takes to move on in the tournament, and I believe Cinemablend will be the ones going home. But what do I know? We have to get into the match to be able to see who's going home and who's moving on. Of course, I'm going to be reacting to the video as well as answering all the questions to the best of my ability. I'm even going to keep a personal score to see how well I do, see how I rack up against the other competition. But without any further ado, let's get into the match. I can't believe it's already almost the end of August and we're already into the team tournament, and that just means we're getting closer to the singles tournament as well, which will lead into the Ultimate Schmoedown in December. Should be interesting to see if Team Trek comes out with the full Star Trek outfits. Maybe not.
Welcome to the Ultimate Schmoedown 2000.
Ellis is back in full Baby Carrots form.
I am Mark Ellis. You know, Christian, Tender Greens doesn't cater for just any event.
Not even this one.
You knew it was going to be special. I brought this from home. What a matchup we have to kick off the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team League Ultimate Schmoedown playoff format competition. I mean, you have Cinemablend. Yeah. What they do is they put movies into a Vitamix, and then you have Team Trek, and they sleep with phasers under their pillow.
They do indeed. And I'll tell you, the thing that is so special about this tournament, back in 2014.
Way back in the dark ages.
When you and I came up with this thing at a pizza place in Anaheim.
The wheel had not been invented.
It had not. And we came up with this tournament, and the singles league was 16 players, and we got our first champion in Mark Riley. And then in 2015, we had the team tournament. You and I ultimately won.
You're damn right we did.
That tournament. But this year was only supposed to be 8 teams.
And then what happened?
And then what happened is that we have so many teams this year, so many great competitors that I said I can't.
They've expanded this thing so large. It's hard to keep track of all the teams. I forgot Cinemablend was a team until not too long ago.
Against Team MODOK, and here we go now. It is the first matchup of the tournament, and you've got Cinemablend, like you mentioned, Eric and Connor. These guys, their first match when they came out here against DC Movie News, it was very close, and they became fan favorites quick because the fans were on their side. They saw maybe a couple calls didn't go their way, but the way that they handled themselves, the fans really they got by him. So this could be a team. There's one guy, the guy who writes the Schmoedown blog.
Yeah.
He has them going the whole entire way to the finals.
That's right. So you have Eric and Connor versus Scott and Jason. They sound like the kids in Stand By Me. I don't think that was their actual name.
Even though I've picked Team Trek, I wouldn't hate to see Cinemablend move on. It's always good to see a younger team, less experienced team move on, kind of a Cinderella story. I just don't know how far they're going to go.
Oh, man. They could run the entire table, but if they get something that's on their wheelhouse, it could be an easy victory for Cinemablend.
Well, listen, I mentioned mentioned controversy when it came to Cinemablend. Trek is no stranger to controversy. They are arguably the only team that could have beaten the Patriots. You look at that sudden death match. That's before we changed the buzzers. That's before we had the challenge rule with the Eva situation that Jason Inman could have challenged. He might have won it.
Eve, what the hell's the difference?
Who knows? It could have been a challenge.
Contentious,
and
for sure.
Maybe Trek could have been our champions right
Yeah,
now.
but they're not.
But they're not, because right after that match, they lost to the former team heroes, which was Schnepp and Burnett. And they've been on this downward spiral. We haven't seen them since. Mance had a singles match against Bibiani. Unfortunately, just lost that. But they are strong competitors, and they could always win. Just depends on the category.
That's right. Not since Launchpad McQuack have we seen such a tailspin. However, I think we're due for a turnaround today. Will Team Trek get the right category in round 2?
Well, let's hear from all of our competitors right now.
We are finally back in the Ultimate Schmoedown.
Hailing frequencies open.
I'm excited for this match. I haven't seen Team Trek in a while. I like their style of play.
Last time I was in an Ultimate
Big fan
Schmoedown,
of Jason Inman. Scott Mance is hilarious.
It didn't go so well.
I think it's going to be a good match.
Not because I didn't know my stuff, but because I couldn't do math. I couldn't do math. That.
What is this, the ultimate schmo calculus? No.
We're here. We're ready. We're going to compete. We're going to kill it. It's pretty much what everyone expects.
And we had a, I think, very strong opening, our first Schmoedown match. And I don't know, I think we got a little bit maybe robbed a touch on that last question to our own potential fault. But we're here.
No fault of our own.
No fault of our own.
Robbed. That should have been ours.
We are here for victory today, though. That is what it's all about.
Today we're playing Cinemablend, which is, wait, who is Cinemablend?
Somebody named Eric and Connor?
Connor?
I don't know. You know who they are? They're red shirts.
I'm sure they're nice guys. But you know what they say about nice guys. They finish last.
I've been watching the tapes. I know that Scott Mance, for example, is very good with those movie release dates, so I think it's fair to say that we will be staying as far away from that as possible. That being said, we also know that they didn't have what it takes to beat up the Patriots, so, you know, maybe we'll be the ones to bring them to a 500 record.
A lot of people want to count us out. We had 3 straight victories, then we had 2 losses, but if you look at our losses, we lost the championship by 1 point and a technicality. We lost the second one because Schnepp and Burnett luckily hit comic book movies on the wheel. And they're not even a team anymore.
Number one, if the judges knew their shit, we would be doing much better than we are in the standing.
Right.
With nothing against the judges. We love the judges.
These are the top competitors. Obviously, we're facing in Jason Inman and Scott Mance, some super smart dudes. But, you know, I think we might be just a little bit smarter.
We're from Cinemablend. We know cinema. Those guys are Trek. If Trek questions come up, I'm sure it'll be good, but we're Cinemablend.
A full blend of cinema.
Star Trek is about something. We are about something. You know what we are about, number one? We are about victory.
Ooh.
Victory. Live long and prosper.
That's a V for victory, baby.
I still think they're going to pull it off.
Not a lot of smack talk here between the 4 of these guys, but they're all very determined. I mean, the look into when I walked Cinemablend here before, I was telling them the rules and showing them everything. The look in their eyes, they want this thing.
Didn't it remind you of the team from Hoosiers? Like, they're measuring everything. They want to make sure that it's 10 feet here like it is back home. I mean, they want to make sure that this is a fair contest.
Absolutely.
Team Trek, they are veterans of the tournament, for better or for worse. They know how to compete.
They know how to compete, and I think that Cinemablend is really happy to be here. Trek is looking for revenge. They want the Patriots. They want that shot of taking the Patriots out. The bump in the road that was Heroes. They're looking to get past it, and we're ready to go.
I am ready to go. I'm going to have a bite of chicken while you wear your throat out.
Well, not yet, because it's the tail of the tape. That's fine. Tail of the tape. There is.
Glad to see Baby
Trek.
Carrots
Obviously,
back
movie
announcing
release dates, comic book, movies, and yelling and keeping each other under control. Oh, wait, sorry. Jason keeping Mance under control.
Yeah, that's
accurate.
Very true.
All right, and then you got Cinemablend, comic book movies, a strength. You have new releases, a strength, and learning that Mance is loud.
All right.
All right, so there we go. That's everything right there as far as the tail of the tape. Are you ready to get going?
Do I look ready? Let's do this.
That's disgusting. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Ultimate Schmoedown.
Wow. Haven't heard that in a year. So excited.
Team division. Introducing first, with a record of 0 wins, 1 defeat, they are the ranked number 12 contenders.
Good opening song.
And Connor, Team Cinemablend.
Here comes Cinemablend. Greeting to the crowd. The crowd seems to favor them.
Give us some kisses.
No,
I like that.
I mean, I like when they blow the Emperor's kisses.
Yeah, well, it's better than blowing the
I like getting fed grapes.
Sure you do.
Not my intention.
Here we go. And their opponents, with a record of 3 wins, 2 defeats. Give it up for the Mance Man, Scott Mance, Jason Justice Inman, Team Trek!
There they are, walking out arm in arm.
I gotta tell you, Mom, it's good to see Trek back in the ring.
Look at the poses. This is a very well-rehearsed, well-worn routine, but it never gets old to me. They are very excited to represent their favorite brand, intergalactically known as Team Trek. That siren you hear is just a nerd alert.
Yeah, these guys were both at the Star Trek convention, and they loved it. They absolutely loved it. All right, so now here we go, guys. It is the Ultimate Schmoedown, the first match. 16 matches. Let me show you the bracket right there. The winner of this match will play the winner of Team Action versus Deep Cuts. And we are in our first match. Scott Mance, he is no stranger to this tournament. Remember that Machinima ETC back in the day with his former
I think this
team?
week we actually have multiple Schmoedowns.
No stranger to
So
people in
if we
general.
have
I don't
one
think there's a
tomorrow,
human being on
I'm
planet
going to try
Earth
my
who's not
best to
met
get
that
another
5-minute
reaction out.
conversation
This
with
could be a
Scott Mance.
busy
Will Cinemablend
week for
enjoy
sure.
their interaction with Team Trek? We're about to find out.
Mark, how does round number 1 work?
Round number 1 works thusly. We are going to ask.
So I'm just going to grab
questions.
my
Once you guys hear the question, please
whiteboard
write down
here
your
that I
answer
will
on
be
your
using
whiteboard.
for
We'll
my
ask you to
answers.
reveal your answers, please. Show it when
For the first
prompted to
round,
the
I'll
camera
also
and verbalize
vocalize them,
at the same time.
and,
These 8 questions come
using
from
the
8
trusty
different
Sharpie
movie
here as well.
categories. Keep in mind, there's no stealing. Each question is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question.
Mance looks hungry. All right, here we go here. Round number 1.
Let's do this.
In the category of comedies. Stop that. Who plays rising journalist and new E correspondent Allison Scott in the hit comedy Knocked Up?
I like how you hit the
Oh, man.
You like that?
Grey's Anatomy.
question. Like, knocked up?
I went, no, it wasn't. It was Knocked Up.
No, were they knocked up?
Forget about it. 5, 4, 3,
Spelling?
1.
Katherine Heigl?
Man.
Katherine Heigl.
That is correct. Eric.
Katherine Heigl.
That's correct. Jason.
Seth Rogen's lady.
That's incorrect. And Connor.
Jason.
Katherine Heigl.
Oh, and Cinemablend here
All right.
taking a 2-1.
First blood.
Yeah, first blood there. Mark, what's question 2?
Your category is dramas, and your question is thus. What movie features a police officer named Jim Curring, a former child game show star named Donnie Smith, and a
Ooh.
controversial motivational speaker named T.J. Mackey?
I had a friend
Ooh,
named Mac.
gotta switch this.
You seem like a guy.
Switch this
You're
around.
friends with Pintos?
Yeah.
I bet you got a friend named Fish.
You didn't let me finish my line.
What? I'm sorry.
Love this movie. A lot of people don't.
Well,
Gets a lot of hate, but Magnolia.
The Shield.
4, 3, 2, 1. Eric.
It's Paul Thomas Anderson's Magnolia.
That is correct. Jason.
Magnolia.
Correct. Please respect the mic. Connor.
Magnolia.
Correct. And Scott.
Released December 27th, 1999. That's Magnolia,
Don't
ladies
get
and
extra for
gentlemen.
that.
This is the Scott
Captain's
Mance.
log.
This is the dangerous Scott Mance here. He's perfect so far. Here we go. All right. Next category, in the category of family films, what NBA superstar played the genie Kazam in Kazam?
You sold Kazam very well right there.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I've been working on that for
Why
months.
wasn't the movie Kazam coming with an exclamation point at the end? Like,
Sure.
Kazam!
5, 4, 3.
Could have said Shaq, but I went with
One,
Shaquille
Jason.
O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal.
That's correct. Connor.
Shaq.
That's correct.
Spelling.
Scott Mance.
Sorry.
Shaq.
You don't know the release date on that one. And Eric.
Shaquille O'Neal, not Sinbad.
There you go. All right. So Connor, Eric, and Scott have not missed yet. So let's see what question number 4 here.
Right, Shaq, former NBA champion, now does commercials for the General. Your next category is action adventure. In Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, Stephen Fry plays Mycroft. How is Mycroft related to Holmes?
Mycroft sounds like a bad Super Nintendo game.
Wow.
Taken off the shelf.
Yeah, like a follow-up to Star Fox. If you like Star Fox,
Just a guess.
get
Uncle?
ready for Slippy's adventure in Mycroft.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Connor.
Brother.
Correct. Scott.
Brothers.
Got it. And
Brother.
Got it. And
Brother.
Got it. All
Oh,
right.
Didn't see it all the way through. Probably should. I heard it's decent.
Other could be so many.
That's all.
Yeah,
That's all
there
you
you
need.
go.
You read the books.
Category of animated. Who provided the voice for the fast-talking meerkat Timon in The Lion King?
You describe me as either fast-talking or a meerkat.
Both. Absolutely. This cast today. Oh, it is casting today. You should have gotten.
That's
it.
my
5,
meerkat.
4, that's
Nathan Lane?
3, 2, 1. Scott Mance.
Nathan Lane.
Correct. Eric.
Nathan Lane.
Correct. Jason.
Nathan Lane.
Correct. And Connor.
The always fabulous Nathan Lane.
There you go. All right. There you go. All right.
Doing well.
Next one.
Your next question for a still perfect cinema blend and an almost perfect team trek. 80s movies is your category. Comedy legend Madeline Kahn plays which character in 1985's Clue?
Ooh.
John Roca got some hot water with Viviani in that movie Clue.
That's something
Hear
we
about
don't
that?
know.
Believe it's Mrs.
I
White.
will edit that out.
4,
I'll do my meerkat.
3, 2, 1. Eric.
Ms. Violet?
It's incorrect. Jason.
The Maid?
Incorrect. Connor.
Miss Peacock?
Incorrect. And Scott.
Live long and prosper.
Incorrect. What was the answer?
Mrs. White.
Mrs.
Flame.
White.
All right.
Mrs.
Flame. Who did she play?
On the side of my head.
Mrs.
Jeez.
White.
Okay.
Mrs.
All right.
White.
Comedy classic,
Scott
Roca.
Vance is going to have his time to shine here in the category of fantasy sci-fi.
Nerd alert.
What was the only year in which both a Star Trek film and a Star Wars film were released? Ooh. Look at this. Don't look at your partner.
This is
Both of
his
those.
bread and butter. I'm gonna go
Star
with
Trek or Star Wars?
I like the one with star in it. 5.
It's a cop-out answer.
4. It is indeed.
1984.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Jason Inman.
83, but it's wrong.
That is incorrect. Connor.
I put 1981.
Incorrect. Scott Mance.
2002.
Correct.
Yeah.
And Eric.
82.
82. Mance did get it proved.
All right,
release
that would be
dates?
Star Trek Nemesis and
As soon
Star
as
Wars
I wrote it
Episode
down.
2.
Damn. Well done, Captain.
Yes, sir.
Because everyone remembers that movie.
Never saw Nemesis,
Last
and
tie game here. Last
I've
question,
never
last
seen
The
Attack of
last
the Clones
question
all
in
the way
round
through.
one comes from the category
Don't hate
of
me.
famous directors. These are directors that have received some sort of acclaim. What acclaimed director has made cameos in Gremlins, The Blues Brothers, and Vanilla Sky? What acclaimed director has made cameo appearances?
This is a good
Gremlins.
question.
Director in the Blues
And
Brothers.
Vanilla Sky.
I like that Vanilla Sky. Not a lot of people do. 5.
I don't remember it.
Well,
I
it's
remember
like
attempting
4.
it.
We're high. 3, 2,
John Landis.
1. Connor.
Hi, Mom.
That is incorrect. Scott Mance.
Steven Spielberg.
Correct.
Damn.
Eric.
Cameron Crowe. Nothing.
And
Steven Spielberg.
wow,
That's big.
That's
That's
big.
really
That is a big hit there. What a first round there.
Number
What a
one.
first round between
Making it
Trek
so.
and Cinema Blend there.
Trying to
because
think of him in
Cinema
Vanilla
had a
Sky. I
nice-
haven't seen that
Mance
movie
played very
in
strong in there.
Yeah.
Him had a nice
long
little
time.
comeback. That was a great first.
Maybe I have to
round.
That's right,
revisit it.
Cineblend taking too much time to say hi to their moms, not enough time focusing
There's no
on
such
the
thing as
last
too much
question.
time for that.
All right. So round number 2, it is the dreaded wheel
Okay, so
round.
I don't need the
Come on,
whiteboard anymore. Gonna
Set
put that
wheels
away.
provided
I can
by
just vocalize the
Copster,
answers.
No Blair, Christian Rubalcaba,
Easier to do
and
anything.
it has
Copster!
10 different movie
Copster!
categories, as well as opponents and spinner's choice, which will be on the wheel for all of the matches in the
You really
Ultimate
want to
Schmoedown.
get, this is obvious,
You guys will
but
spin
you
the
really
wheel.
want to
Each team
get
gets one spin. If you don't like
a
the
category
spin,
that
are
you
awarded
can
one
absolutely
mulligan.
destroy and get
Whatever
through
category that lands
all
on, you must answer
of
6
these questions. I think
from
there's
said
6
movie
of them.
genre.
Yeah,
Each
6
question
questions.
for 2 points. If you're not sure the answer, you
'cause
can
this can
ask
really
us
hurt
on
you
podcast for multiple choice
if
options, at which point the
the
value
category
of the
is a
question
tough one.
goes down to 1. Keep in mind, teams, there is
All
stealing
obvious statements, of
available
course.
in round 2. However, there is no penalty for missing a question.
All right, Trek, you guys are up by 2 here. Do you want to go first or second?
Let's go first.
All right.
I say you spin the wheel since I screwed us that one time.
Oh, Scott Mance leaving his perch to spin the wheel.
The captain is up.
This
and
is like
gonna give
Danny
it a
Zuko
good
stepping in
spin.
for
Give it a
Kinnicky.
Good spin, good spin. That's a good spin. Okay,
That is a
that's
solid
all right.
spin.
Nice and
That's all right.
gentle.
We'll
Nice
keep
and
that spin.
gentle.
That's a
like it.
solid
It's gone,
spin.
it's gone around.
Stay away from your own
Come on,
face.
come on, come
Oh.
on, come
No,
on,
no, no,
come
no,
on,
no, no,
come
go
on.
back.
Oh,
Tom
Tom
Cruise. Let's do
Tom
it.
Cruise
Let's do Tom
movies.
Cruise.
They seem,
Yeah.
you know, interesting. Jason Inman, not quite as enthused about Tom Cruise as Scott Mance is.
Tom
Let's
Cruise.
see how that chemistry pays
This should
off.
be
Scott
interesting.
Mance has interviewed
Tom Cruise. I'm fine with Tom Cruise.
All right, here we go. So 6 questions here in the world of Tom Cruise, movie we just covered here. Who directed Vanilla Sky?
Movies all over the
Camera Crow.
All right, 2 points there for Trek.
Didn't get it in
your
quick
head,
enough.
that's on
Yep.
All
me.
right. All
Your
right.
fault.
Here we go. Here we go. Next question. What is Tom's character's last name in Cocktail?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Donnelly, B, McDeer, C, Flanagan, D, Mitchell?
Mitchell.
Flanagan.
Correct for 1 point.
Young
Correct
Flanagan.
for 1
Young
point.
Flanagan.
All right.
This man loves Tom Cruise. I don't know if you know that.
Jason Inman kind of looking like a risky business
Does.
era.
Got it going on. Question,
Does he mind
question
with tidy
3.
whities?
Question 3.
Looks like University of Illinois.
From which prestigious law school did Mitch McDeer graduate in the firm?
Yale?
Multiple choice.
A, Harvard, B, Vanderbilt, C, William and Mary, or D?
Sticking with Yale.
Harvard.
That's correct for 1 point. Scott
It was
Mance
one or the other.
is
It was one or the other.
Yeah.
Not doing too well
Not even
here.
conferring at this point.
William
All
and
right,
Mary, good university.
All right. Question 4. Who played the young stepmother of Tom Cruise's character
Julianne Moore.
T.J. Mackey in Magnolia?
Oh, Julian Moore.
There's 2 points there. All right. got
Two
that.
Magnolia
Building a
questions
lead for
today.
his team.
All right. So, number 5. Who directed Tom Cruise in one of his earliest roles in the film The Outsiders?
Oh, Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah.
2 points.
I couldn't get it
there.
out.
Scott Mance is on
Couldn't
the
get it
roll
out.
here.
Running through this category.
And your final question. Final question here.
No, number 1.
Okay.
You have the con.
All right, here you go. Who played Tom Cruise's wife in the film The Firm?
Oh, Gene Triplehorn.
2 more points for Scott.
Not a good round for me.
Wow. Scott, that's the best.
Very
man, that's
disappointing.
the
Sorry,
best round
guys.
Scott Mance has ever had in the
Ever
Trying to make it up
Ever
on
had.
the questions
It
for
easily
Team Cinema
encompassed
Blend.
25, 30 years of Tom Cruise's
Big
career.
Tom
Scott
Cruise
Mance could not
fan.
miss a
Couldn't
beat.
get the
Cinemablend
answers out in
has
time. Maybe I'm
Cinemablend is not out
tired.
of this thing by a long shot. If they get something that they are good at, they're right back in this thing. They're looking for comedy.
I just got to say, that was
That's
a
right.
really tough round for me.
All right, here we go. Eric, go ahead and give it a big spin, please. They're looking for. They are looking for comic book movies. They are looking for comic book movies.
I would
on the hunt.
gladly
They
take
might get
comic book
at
movies.
90.
So you're gonna spin again, or you're gonna keep it?
Yeah, spin again.
Spin again. This
They
is
were
gonna
not
Gotta keep whatever they get now.
This is it. They obviously want to avoid movie release dates, and they
Here
want to
comes
hit
comic book
book
movies.
movies if they can hit it.
It can't
They
get
can hit
around. It might be
Then they
Oscar
get
time.
Oscar movies.
Okay.
Oscar movies. All
What we
right.
can do.
Oscar movies.
Also
Here we
strength.
go.
Of Scott Mance.
All right. Team Cinema Blend, you have spun Oscar movies with your second spin, and your first question is, who is the only performer to be nominated for an Oscar in 1970's Little Big Man?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Martin Balsam, B, Chief Dan George, C, Faye Dunaway, or D, Dustin Hoffman?
Dustin Hoffman. Your guess.
B.
Give him a point.
1
There we go.
point. Give them 1 point. They're trying to avoid the knockout here. If they can just get a couple more points, they can do it.
Here we go. Your second question is, who won an Oscar for portraying an Oscar-winning actress?
Kate Blanchett.
In 2004's The Aviator.
Kate Blanchett.
Give him 2 points,
There
Christian.
you go. They're fighting.
They're
fighting
not
here.
scared.
Nope, they're fighting.
All right. Next question for 2 more points. What was the first Disney movie to win an Oscar for Best Original Song?
Beauty and the Beast.
5, 4.
Multiple choice.
I may have
Is it A,
should have
Pinocchio,
waited.
B, Dumbo,
Ah.
C, Bambi, or D, Snow White?
I'm gonna go Pinocchio. I don't get the point if I get it though.
Pinocchio.
One more point.
Nice guess.
Ooh, wait.
Eric.
Yeah, all right, yeah, just giving it going. Yeah, all right.
Clawing,
How did
fighting.
Hi Ho not win for Snow White? I will never know.
It was written by multiple people.
I like what you did there. The crowd's not enthused, but I am up here at the desk. Your next question in the world of Oscar movies, as long as we got each other, but fine. Other than Chaplin, what is the only other film for which Robert
Tropic
Downey Jr.
Thunder.
has been nominated for an Academy Award?
Tropic Thunder.
2
2
points.
points.
Just thinking that. I'm glad you said it. Yeah.
Job.
Osiris.
Or was that an Oscar? That was an Oscar.
They got a shot here to
Not
catch
afraid.
up. No, not at all.
Your
Two
next
more.
question. For which film did Jimmy Stewart receive his only Best Actor win at the Academy Awards?
Kill a Mockingbird.
Multiple choice.
Should have waited again.
Today, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. B, The Philadelphia Story. C, It's a Wonderful Life. Or D, Harvey.
I'll go It's a Wonderful Life. I don't get the point if I get it though.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
That is incorrect. Team Trek.
What were the choices again? I'm sorry.
Is it A, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington? B, The Philadelphia Story. C, It's a Wonderful Life. Or D, Harvey.
Might actually be Harvey, but I'll go with C.
5.
Is it Philadelphia Story?
That's correct. 1 point
Yeah, I
there.
shouldn't have second-guessed myself.
Here we go. Your last question.
Need this.
Category Oscar movies. Cinemablend. What actress won an Oscar for her role as Mona Lisa in My Cousin Vinny?
Marissa Tomei.
For 2 points.
Peter Parker's on.
That one I
In
got.
line there,
So
in sync
the
with
damage
Cinemablend.
was
All right,
done, but it's only
got that
5
one in.
points. Cinemablend, we've seen stranger things happen
I mean,
in round
look,
3.
a 5-point lead is nothing to sneeze at, but the way that Cinemablend came back and fought through a very tough team Trek in round 2, I give
Did
them
very
some,
well.
some brownie points.
So one of these teams will be playing either team action or deep cuts. Just a matter of what happens here in round number 3.
Who's it gonna
This is
be?
a big one. All right, so round number 3, Mark, how's it work?
In round number 3, each team is going to give us here at our answer desk 3 numbers that range from 1
So
to
in the
40.
past
Those
couple
numbers
Schmoedowns that I've
correspond
done a
to the
reaction
category
for,
up here.
I've
The first
really,
question is
really
worth 2 points. The second question is worth
messed
3
up
points.
in the
Final
second
question is
round
worth 5
with
points.
the
You guys can
the wheel
confirm
round.
on the 5-point
And I've been making
However,
up
once you hear
points
the
in these
category for the
rounds.
2-pointer
Now
and
you
the
could
3-pointer,
argue, oh,
you
they're
must choose
worth more
which
points.
teammate
There's
is gonna
3
answer.
and
Each
5
teammate
point
has to
questions,
answer
but
one question.
I don't know what it is. I've just been doing really well
Please pick
in
3
the
numbers
third
from 1 to
round,
20.
and this is a
In
very,
honor
very
of
important
Star
round.
Trek 2,
Oh,
The Wrath of Khan,
Oh boy.
we're going to go with number 2.
And in honor of Star Trek 4, we're going to go for number 4.
In honor of Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, released on December 6, 1991.
Six.
Number 6.
Is that what you guys were conferring about? Yes, it was.
Exactly, just which way to do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
All right,
Get me.
Cin-
Nope, just do it.
Cinebl-
Give me a
Cineb-
blend of numbers.
All right, so Cineblend, who has obviously gone heel after this exchange, what are your 3 numbers?
5, 11, and 17.
5.
Based on what?
11.
Nothing.
Nothing. Just
random.
Blend of
Oh,
numbers.
no,
The world is
no
chaos.
No thought. It's
all
all
a
blend.
Cinema Blend's put no
So
thought into the numbers.
here we go.
I got nothing.
So here we
All
go,
right, let's
guys.
see what
So
happens
round number
here.
3, and we're going to start with Cinemablend, who's trying to avoid the TKO here with category number 5 as their first category. You guys took dramas. Dramas. Who would like to answer the 2-point question in dramas?
I'll go for it.
Okay, here we go. All right. Susan Sarandon plays a lawyer going up against Tommy Lee Jones in what movie based on a John Grisham novel?
Dead Man Walking?
5, 4,
Is there a multiple choice for this one?
3, 2, 1.
Got nothing.
All right, it was the client. The client.
Good
Client.
movie.
He didn't use the JT.
Brad
ruler.
Was it
Redford.
93?
She's a nun in Dead
I
Man
don't know.
Walking.
All right. All right.
Not part of the question.
All right. Here we go. So now it goes to Eric. And Eric, you guys chose number 11 for your second one. You have a 3-pointer here in category of 80s. 80s. All right. Which Star Trek alumni played Lunar Base Commander Buck Murdoch in Airplane 2, the sequel?
No idea.
Scott Manson's not holding it together well.
5, 4.
Can I get the question again?
Yep, that's one of them. What Star Trek alum played Lunar Base Commander Buck Murdoch in Airplane 2, the sequel?
William Shatner?
For 3 points.
It's a good way to go. I should have guessed that, but
They're still alive, but now they
I honestly remembered at the last second.
I'll give you applause for that. I'll give you applause for that.
they still would have had a chance to tie it, but now they have a chance to take a lead, but they will still lose. If they do not hit their 5-pointer, Trek will go on to play the
gotta
winner
get
of
this. They
action
can
or
confer.
deep cuts.
Hopefully I get
If
this. I can't
they
remember the
hit
last
it,
question I
it goes
answered
back to Trek.
correctly.
All right, here we go, guys. So you guys chose category 17 for your 5-pointer. You chose war movies. War movies. All right. Who played Private JT, a.k.a. Joker Davis, in the
Matthew
movie
Modine?
Full Metal Jacket?
Matthew Modine.
For 5
Well,
points.
we're tied.
There you go.
We are tied.
No, we're not. 26-23.
We are not tied at all.
26.
Don't do that to me.
Trek has to work.
Trek has to work
has
now.
to work.
Trek has to work in order. So Cinemablend has now taken the lead. Trek has
Well
an
done.
opportunity
Well
here.
done.
So here we go.
Here we go, Team Trek. You guys chose your numbers based on Star Wars movies. Is that correct? You watch
Trek,
it.
Mister, don't cross the
Watch it.
streams.
You chose Star Trek II in honor of Khan and his wrath, and so that corresponds to 1970s movies up here at the desk. And your 2-point question, who's going to be answering it? Scott
Mance going with
Mance,
the
a little more
two-pointer.
experience than Jason Inman in life,
Wow.
and he's going to take
I
the
was not alive in the
1970s.
70s, so
Wow.
reasonable.
Oh, man.
call
Great.
All right, here we go.
Scott Mance, your question
Yes.
for 2 points.
Yes.
Who played legendary comedian Lenny Bruce in Bob Fosse's 1974 film Lenny?
That would be Dustin Hoffman.
For
He
2
gets 2
points.
points.
All right, so now Jason Inman is going to have his three-pointer and a chance to win the game for
You
Trek.
can take it right here.
If Inman hits the three-pointer, Trek will be playing either team action or deep cuts. If
Even though I
he
picked
misses,
Team Trek
Trek
to
will have a
win,
chance
it would
get
be
their
interesting to
5-pointer
see
win the game.
Inman
All
not get
right.
this correct and have it go to
Jason
the
Inman.
last question.
Your 3-point category comes from the world of classics.
Jesus.
All right. These are movies that have transcended time and space
Okay.
and have become classic films. And your question for 3 points is, name the actor who played a prisoner who tried to break literal chains in The Defiant Ones, and a doctor who broke societal chains in Guess Who's
Sidney
Coming?
Poitier.
I
5, 4.
I'm just gonna say Sidney
3.
Poitier.
And your winner!
Hold it off. I'm interested to see if Cinemablend says, what did you mouth to him? I'm not sure exactly what Vance said, but
What a game.
Redemption.
You're going to be able to
This
talk to
Star
Jen.
Trek movie
You're
is
gonna be
called
Good
able to
win.
talk to Jen.
Solid win.
Hold on. There you go. Cinemablend putting up a hell of a fight again. Cinemablend is just that team that keeps on fighting. They just can't get it in that last one because Eric had a strong, that three-pointer, and then the five-pointer.
right.
It just, it was a little bit hard that they had that lead.
thank God for Team Trek because I haven't picked a I haven't done well in most recent Schmoedowns that I've done reactions to, but I also haven't picked a correct winner, and I can't remember how long. So thank you, Team Trek.
Legitimately
He didn't
was
know?
thinking and thinking and thinking, and he landed on the correct answer.
Well, guess who's coming to dinner? It's Trek for either action,
Yeah!
and you like that? Either action or
Well done.
deep cuts. We're going to find out. But look, before any of that happens, we're going to talk to Jen Sturger.
Well, we're not. They are.
Well, you're going to talk because you're going to hear and listen to Jen Sturger, who's going to be talking to both the winners, Team Trek, and today's unfortunate losers, Cinemablend.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? I'm Jen Sturger here with Team Trek. That was an amazing performance. Scott Mance, welcome back. That was an amazing homecoming.
Great homecoming. I couldn't have done it without my teammates.
Oh, I couldn't have done it without my captain.
number one, Jason Inman. We are Team Trek, and we are going to be unstoppable from this point on.
It's funny, before we spun that wheel, we actually were like, if we hit Tom Cruise, we'll stay on it.
Yes.
And look at it.
And we got
Yeah,
Tom
yeah.
Cruise, and I'm like, I love Tom Cruise. I think he's a great actor. He makes great movies.
I love Tom Cruise too. I like his
Very
movies.
Successful, popular movies. Movies that we can watch over
Couldn't
and
get
over
an
again.
answer in
Except
there.
the mummy.
Except
May have gotten one.
And except losing it. I think that was also
I
one
think
of
the
bad.
captain and I today proved that we're back.
We are back.
We had our nice little hiatus.
Well, wait, number
we went
one.
to Ryza. Well,
Number one.
Yes, Captain.
We never left. That's the
That's
key.
correct. We just had the
never
cloaking
left.
device on.
And it's only a matter of time before we get back to take on Patriots. They better be nervous.
That would be an
They better
interesting
smiling.
final.
I mean, Snyder.
I've put
lose
my
the rest of
bracket
his
in.
hair
I've
because he
chosen
will-
my
he
winner
should
of
be
the
scared.
entire
He
team
should be
tournament. I'm not
scared.
going
Come to the future, where we
reveal
have
that right
Yeah.
now.
So, Jason, how are you
Um,
feeling when you got that
Maybe
last
I will
question?
I'll be
once
honest with you,
once their
that was
first
the
match
only
happens and
name
I
that
do a
knew
reaction
was in
to
both
it.
movies. So I just figured
It's a
we
little
had
bit of a
one more
dark
question.
horse, kind
If I
of,
said
I
it, it was either
suppose.
going to be right or wrong. I wasn't going to screw us completely over.
So proud.
Watch that tape back. I generally thought I got it wrong.
No,
Like,
It's
I-
not Team
I
Trek, though.
was
I'll
so
tell you that.
proud. I was so proud of you, number
Yeah.
one. And I just thought, when you mentioned Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, I mean, I'm like, oh my God, it's Sidney Poitier. I'm like, oh my God. But you got it. You got
But
it.
that's why we make such a good team. We fill in each other's strengths or weaknesses.
Risk is our business. That's what the Starship is all about. That's why we're aboard her.
Yep. We have our momentum. We're going warp speed now.
So now you guys are going to advance in the tournament, and now you're going to face the winner of Deep Cuts or Team Action. Is there anyone you'd rather face out of those two?
Well, they're both going to lose, whoever we take on.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna be
it doesn't
no
matter.
problem.
Confidence?
Doesn't matter. Whoa.
Wait, who's?
What is this?
I don't think he can speak English.
What is this? What is this?
Hey guys, how you
What is
doing?
this? We're doing good. Hey, we just had a massive victory. So you guys better just forget the shades.
I have one question here.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you?
I have another question.
Who the hell are you? Did you answer any questions in that other than the last one? Oh, okay.
Inman, you're a nice guy, but Mance,
interesting.
I've been waiting to kick your ass since the day I started in the Schmoedown. I got a date for you, buddy. Movie release dates.
Movie release dates, babe. Movie release dates.
Listen, you clean-shaven babies. We all know Thad is gonna beat your ass on deep cuts, and nobody knows who Thad is. So just
I don't know about
I
that.
believe his name is Tab.
I think Team Action can go pretty far in this tournament, actually.
If you really think that you can take me on in any match, but especially movie release dates, you are out of your fucking mind.
I got a date for you, man. It's 2017, the day that Team Action exploded your hopes in the tournament. You're dead.
Is that the day you were born? Because it looks like it.
Yeah, it sure does.
Listen, we've been to the final. Have you?
And we lost. We've been to the final and we lost.
Spell
Are
final.
you bragging about
You don't even know how to
FINAL?
spell the final.
Guys, I was in the middle of an interview.
Hey, Jessica.
Yeah.
Jessica,
Let's
just 1
get
second here.
back to Jen here.
Live fast, die young. Where's the belts?
Just return those suits to Kmart.
Return the suits to Kmart. Well played, number one. Well played.
All right, that got a little intense. Are you okay?
We're good. Are you?
I'll recover. Let's go talk to Team Cineblend. Oh, Team Cineblend. That was kind of rough.
A little bit.
That was a bit of a rough one for sure. We had the passion. We definitely wanted it. It's just Team Trek, they're too good, man.
I felt it in my bones. I wanted that like no other.
Really? Do you regret passing on the 90s? Not the decade, but like the category, in the second round?
I was in that decade, but
Yeah.
if I had taken that wheel, I think we could have gone all the way with it.
Definitely. Oscars, not my strength. I've seen, I think, every single movie that was mentioned in that category. However, I do not know every single award that
It's
it
when you get
ran.
into
So,
those
yeah.
nitty-gritty details. That's when it
But
starts to mess you up.
Yeah, but you hung in there with round 2, close enough to keep round 3 very, very interesting and very close.
Yeah.
They had to hit their last one to beat you. But how did you feel like going into that third round? Were you like losing a little bit of steam? Were you still pretty optimistic?
I was still pretty confident. I mean, I know that we know our stuff, so I knew that all it took was a couple of good questions that we could answer, and we nailed it.
There's always hope until the game's over. Come on.
Exactly.
Like Rocky says, it ain't over till it's over.
Precisely.
Absolutely isn't. So that being said, are you guys going to be coming back?
Hell yes.
Come on.
You couldn't stop us from
They'll be
getting
back for sure. They're always hanging in there on these matches, though.
I'm coming back.
So
Yeah,
they're
it's
definitely,
close.
it's not like they
been
have
close
to.
both times.
Unless
Yeah,
it
and
comes
next time
down
it'll
to
be
their
close on the other
losses,
side.
because
In fact,
they're
no,
0-2 now.
Come on, don't
straight.
be
And
modest. We're gonna run away.
Other
with it.
teams
great stuff.
like
It's gonna be great.
Tough Beats
Awesome, guys. Well, we'd be glad to have you back.
the
Guys,
Wangers
back to the
team,
booth.
they had to separate
Well, no surprise. Look at
because
Team
of too many
Action
losses.
showing
So
up there. And I mean, they don't even know if they're
interesting
going
to
win
see,
next
down
week.
the
They're
pike.
challenging Trek here. That's very interesting. But you hear Trek obviously showing a lot of respect to Cinemablend and the fact that they got it. And Jen said it as much in the interview how this was a great game for Scott Mance. A great round 1, a tremendous round 2. He hits his 2-pointer, and Inman came to play as well. And then obviously Cinemablend, a little upset. They're not done. They want to come back and play, and they will. Once the tournament's over, we'll definitely see Cinemablend. That's a team that they could beat anyone.
That's right.
They were
Eric
down
and
5
Connor
points, and it's only 2
getting
now.
their first taste of tournament play. That is a tough way to open up against Team Trek, but I think they adjudicated themselves very well. And for Team Trek, we've seen it before with them. They are a very momentum-based team. Once they can build on a win, they could go to the farthest reaches of the galaxy.
Well,
but
they're
first, they'll have to get through their next opponent.
It's very true. They're one of the only teams to win 3 straight matches in a row. So whether or not they can do that again, they have to do it 4 times in order to play the Patriots. But there you go. 1 match already in the books. Team Trek advancing to the next round. They're going to be looking forward to who they're playing as we get Team Action going up against Deep Cuts. The winner will play Team Trek. Who do you got? And besides that, how about this? Right afterwards on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, all team tournament matches.
Wow. So yeah, the full week this week is going to be packed with Schmoedown. I'm going to try to keep up, try to get those reactions out, and participation, obviously. Ooh, a lot of work ahead then.
Go on over there. You want a breakdown of this very tournament, everything going on, check out the Schmoedown Rundown on the SK Plus podcast channel or on iTunes. Aaron, Brian, and Frank breaking it down for you, stats all over the place. Read the Schmoedown blog, go to Twitter. There's so much for all you guys to consume. Comment, like, do it all. Ultimate Schmoedown's just starting, and man, Josh McCougar's going to have a lot to say in the fantasy update.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Josh McCougar here with your fantasy update post. What's up?
What the fuck is up?
What's up, Cody?
I don't know, just trying something new.
Why?
Got a second life, I want to try some new shit, Josh.
So after your trip to the Upside Down, you figured this is your new look?
Yeah, I've been meaning to do this my entire life. You don't know how short life is.
You kind of look like a
Don't
knockoff
fucking judge me.
Ice Cube in Straight Outta Compton.
Maybe that's what I was going for.
So do you want to do this with a little more energy, a little more panache than I do?
No. I'm going to let you do it. I'm just going to judge you harshly as you're doing it.
Alrighty. Well, here we go. Post-Trek and Cinemablend, a battle of the beasts, a battle of the badasses, a battle of the blends. Trek versus Team Cinemablend. Listen, you may soon forget that Star Trek Team Trek went up against the Patriots, the winners, the champions of the Team League, who seem to luck out and win every year just like the stupid New England Patriots.
Hate those
but
guys.
the Patriots did just barely beat Team Trek. They are a team to look out for. If you have them in your fantasy league, they may be great work for trade bait. Maybe you could get 2 people or even 3 people in a trade for Team Trek because they will compete.
For sure,
and they could win this Team Ultimate Schmoedown.
Just hearing this gets me excited for fantasy football, which is
a lot
not
of
too
personality,
far
seem like really
away.
good guys. They could be contenders in this league. If you are thinking maybe your team's not that good, or what do you want to do with your team, Cinemablend could be one of those teams you may want to trade for or look for. I don't know what Cody is talking about. I'm not sure. I'm a fan of his look, but it seems like he's back. He's back from the Upside Down.
Damn right.
Maybe next time he'll dress up like Trent Reznor from 9 Inch Nails or Marilyn Manson. We shall see. I'm Josh McCouga. This is Alt Cody Hall.
See you next time
on the Schmoedown.
All right, so that pretty much wraps up the Schmoedown video. Great match. It almost came down to the wire. It almost came down to the last question for Team Trek, but Jason Inman pulled it off. I got my pick correct. And you know what? I said earlier I'm not going to release my pick for the entire winner. But you know what? At the end of this video, I'm going to show my bracket with all the corrections and to see if I was correct. Maybe I'll put a little check mark beside it. But you'll see that. You'll also see my final score here that I'm going to be tallying up before I go into the editing bay for this video. But if you like what you saw and you like the Schmoedown, please go over to Collider Video and watch their Schmoedown videos and their movie news videos. They do fantastic things over there at Collider. I'm a big fan of everything they do, including the Schmoedown today. And if you liked my video, please comment below. Who did you pick? Do you have a bracket in the Ultimate Schmoedown Team Tournament? Please let me know who you think is going to go all the way in the comments below. Please give me a like. Please give me a subscribe if you want to see all of these Schmoedown reactions where I keep my own score and all that kind of stuff. So please do that if you want to see more. It really helps me out. You can follow me on Twitter at CNB Movies. Of course, I do a segment for Geek Vibes Nation over on their YouTube channel called Geek Vibes News, where I talk to you guys about everything geeky movies, geeky television, all geeky news. So please check that out. I may have a video up later tonight, if not, certainly this week. Also follow me on Twitter at BatDanForever, and let me thank you personally for letting me take you to Cinefinity and beyond.